In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to effectively manipulate and apply textures onto your 3D models. This is a fundamental skill for achieving that perfectly polished look in your digital designs. So, without further ado, let's dive into the step-by-step process. First, you'll want to start by selecting your object in the scene. This object will be the subject of our texture editing magic. Once you've clicked on your object, direct your attention to the Properties panel. Within this hub of information, you'll find a plethora of options, but what we're particularly interested in is the Materials section. This part of the interface is crucial, as it houses everything you need to modify your texture's behavior on the object's surface. Scroll down in the Material section until you stumble upon the Transform or Material Transform subsection. According to official documentation, which is always a handy reference, the Material Transform properties allow you to control the overall position, rotation, and size of the material on the model's surface. This is where you'll do most of the legwork to tailor the texture to your liking. Here, you'll notice several controls at your disposal. Size or scale, which might sometimes be labeled as repeat or tile, rotation. This usually allows for inputs in degrees, offset, or position to fine-tune its placement using XY offsets, and possibly even options like mirror or flip for playing around with symmetrical patterns. Let's start with tiling a texture. With your material selected, find the Transform section and increase the size or repeat value. For instance, changing this value from 1 to 5 means that the texture will tile across the surface 5 times. If you find that your texture appears overly stretched or too large, simply increase the repeat or reduce the scale to achieve a more uniform look. Experiencing visible seams or mismatched edges? A seamless texture, a texture whose edges match up smoothly, can do wonders. Additionally, considering the triplanar projection mode under Material Projections can help mitigate visible UV seams, particularly useful for objects that aren't UV unwrapped. As you make these changes, remember to rotate around in the viewport to check that your tiling looks consistent from various angles, ensuring a quality perspective from all views. Now, let's explore how to rotate a texture. In the same Transform section, you'll find a Rotation field. Here, you can input precise degree values, like 90 dig, 180 dig, even 270 dig, to turn the texture so it aligns perfectly with your model. Alternatively, use the viewport gizmo. When the material is active, you can often click and drag a circular handle to visually rotate, which is particularly great for applying decals or specific graphics. Once rotated, you might need to tweak the offset or position to ensure the pattern sits exactly where you want it on the object's surface. And with that, you're well on your way to mastering texture application and transformation, elevating the visual appeal of your 3D creations.